So I just finished this book called Star Wars Myths and Fables, and I wanted to talk to you guys about it today because I actually really like this book and I've realized why. We're gonna get into that today. First of all, hi to all the new dads out there. This is Dad Reviews. This is where I give you my unedited, hopefully more authentic look at the products that we like, use, and have, and well, I get from the library and read because I like Star Wars. So if you're interested in that, you might want to consider clicking that subscribe button. First, I have to know down in the comments below your favorite Star Wars movie. I gotta know. I think mine. I think I'm gonna say The Empire Strikes Back is one of my favorite. Although I, like 6 years ago, I knew nothing about Star Wars. I'd probably watched each movie like one time and I never really like got into the universe of Star Wars. And I was like, in 2015, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this Star Wars thing. I'm gonna do it right. I literally printed out the entire Star Wars canon timeline, and I started from the first thing. Well, I don't even remember what. I think it's a short story or something. Now it's going to be something else with the whole new the new book that just came out, the High Republic books. And so I'm very excited to get into that era of Star Wars. But so I've totally like nerded out. I'm at about the 2019 era of Star Wars because now I'm going in order of publish date, and I'm back by about a year, but I'm catching up. I'm trying to read like all the comics, all the short stories, all the books, all the movies, all the TV shows, everything. How deep into Star Wars are you guys? I want to know that. Have y'all been watching The Mandalorian? So good. Love that show. Can't wait for all the new stuff that Disney's coming out with this coming year. So Star Wars Myth and Fables. Let's get into that. First of all, I love the artwork on it. This is the back right here with the cool Tusken Raider looking guy. And you have on the front here, this is actually, you find out, is the Krayt Dragon. And there's Jedi that comes with his lightsaber and saves the day. This is made by Disney Lucasfilm, so it is canon right there, and it's written by George Mann. I actually don't know. I don't think George Mann has ever written any other Star Wars books before, but I really like how this one was laid out. So I think this came out in like 2019-ish maybe, and it's basically just these like myths and tales, hence the title, Myths and Fables, just kind of based around the Star Wars universe. So they may not necessarily be true stories, but it's stories that have been told down throughout the generations of Star Wars. And so there's a little introduction, and then the titles of each short story is The Knight and the Dragon, which I think that was my favorite one because it talks about the Krayt Dragon. And as y'all know, in A New Hope, the first Star Wars, I guess it's number 4, the first one to be released, number 4 in the saga. R2-D2 and C-3PO are walking through Tatooine, and they come across the skeleton bones in the back. That's the Krayt Dragon. And so now there's this story, which I'm assuming is the same Krayt Dragon from the movie, and how now it's just a pile of bones. Whenever this is the story back to when it was live and how it died and all that type of stuff. So super cool there. And you have the droid with a heart. Vengeful Waves, which that one was interesting because it was taking place on a different planet that I'd never heard of, and kind of a different species of characters there. And so they talked about the balance and the force, living on the planet with the two species. That was really interesting. The Wanderer, of course, they had to do a Black Spire one in there so they can get more people to their amusement parks. The Galeas of Stone, The Witch and the Wookiee, The Dark Wraith, and Chasing Ghosts. And each short story, again, this is just the one from the beginning of the book, the front cover. But each story has a little artwork that goes along with it. The stories are fairly short. I want to say they're like 10 to 20 pages each. This is the next, the droid with a heart one right there. And this one goes into a little bit more about like General Grievous. And I never can remember this guy's name, like General Grievous's tactician droid. But that was another good. I really like how they took the characters and they expanded on them, and they like gave it even more of a deeper backstory. Like the whole thing about the droid with a heart was this guy who wanted to be more robotic, but he still had the brain and the heart of a human. So he's mostly droid but robot. Super interesting. This is the Waves one, the Wave Vengeance or whatever it was called. These are the two species down here, and it reminds me of a lot of like biblical Noah's Ark type of stuff going on. And then there is the next one, The Wanderer. I thought that this was probably one of the cooler artworks right there. Honestly, they'd probably do a really good job of taking these artworks and selling them, like prints of them or online, or even just a book. Like if you tear out this page and you could put that on the wall or something, that'd be really cool. Like I think the artwork is done really, really well throughout this entire book. And it's just one, like I said, one per, who did the artwork for this? I don't see it on here anywhere. Is it in the front? But I really enjoyed the stories. Oh look, Griffith, his name was Griffith. Grant Griffith, illustrated by Grant Griffith right there. So, great book. If you just want like a quick Star Wars fix, probably read this in, I don't know, 30 minutes, 15 minutes. I don't know how fast you guys read, but just is a really good book to kind of expand on some of the not the legends, but the mystery, the fables, where things came from movies, TVs, books, etc. that they've already published. Look, this was another cool one right there. That is an awesome picture right there. So I very much enjoyed this. Definitely recommend it. If you guys want to check it out, I'll link it up down in the description below. I actually think that there's an Audible version of this too, an audiobook version. And if you guys want to check out Audible, I'll put a link to that. I think you get like a free book if you sign up or something like that. So if you guys want to check that out, be able to listen to it as opposed to read it. I'll put both the paper hardcover book and the Audible audiobook on there so you guys can go and check that out. If you guys like Star Wars, let me know. I'll be happy to do some more videos about Star Wars stuff. I'd be curious to know from you guys a little bit more about how in-depth into Star Wars you guys are. If you guys, I don't know if I've ever reviewed anything else Star Wars. If I did, I'm gonna put it right there on the screen. If not, it's gonna be whatever YouTube thinks is the best video for you. So go and click that video and I'll see y'all in that video. Thank you dads for watching. That thumbs up is always appreciated, and Dad out.